Welcome back, YouTubesters, to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance with me, BlueAnkylo. So, off camera, I just did a teeny bit of fighting, got one level up, and some money. Nothing serious. If you were playing the game, it would take you about maybe 2 minutes. Nothing to stress about. So, essentially what I really wanted was to be able to afford Fira, or Fire 2, and Thundera, or Lightning 2. Multi-target fire and lightning spells. Incredibly useful. Those are probably my two most used black magic spells for a long time. Also, I want... shoot. Even more money would be nice. For now, I'll just go with Cure 2. Heal is your first group heal, which is really good, so we'll want that soon, but I think we're okay skipping it for a bit. And then Null Blaze is half fire damage, just like Null Shock, and Diarra is the second level of the Dia spell, which we never use, and seeing as you can only pick 3, that's the one I usually skip. So I guess I didn't actually show, so just very quickly. The other two spells. Hold, 1 target, Paralyze. I don't think that's even as good as Sleep, which hit everybody, like had a chance to hit all targets. And Fokara or something lowers the evasion of everyone. Not worth it, either of those I don't think really, unless you've got a lot of money to just blow. How much money? 1100. Alright, there is one more thing I should buy quick before we head off on our adventure. For reasons unknown, we are going to buy antidotes. And should be okay for healing, but I'm gonna want a couple tents. So that should be enough. So I just blew 4,000 gil. I suppose I have some items I could sell, some old weapons and stuff. I'll get around to that eventually. But we're okay for money right now. So we'll have a little snooze. Everyone gets their own bed. And hopefully no nightmares. That's different Final Fantasy game. Alright, let's get to it. So we have our plan. Somewhere to the west there's an abandoned castle. That's where we're headed. So we haven't actually killed these on camera yet. Werewolves. They can poison you, because that's what werewolves do. They poison you. Hey, the mythology doesn't have to be perfect. They also regenerate 3 hit points per turn. Not enough to, unless there's something really wrong with you, that's not enough to really even know to think about. Like, pretty much inconsequential. Alright, doing good. Black Mage finally got a kill. Good old Vivi. Is it Vivi or Vivi? I'm gonna go with Vivi. Okay, and this will be time to start using some of our new magic. This should start speeding the battles up considerably. Let's see how Fira does, if he ever casts it. Of course he's the last, of course. Figures. Look at that. Kablooey. This is why you bring a black mage. If you were ever wondering why I said always bring a black mage, that is why. Also, when we fight some bosses, eventually you'll see some of the serious bosses. I'll use some other spells that are also incredibly helpful. Black mages get pretty good spells all in all. Alright, we have victory. We're getting there. Just going for a walk in the forest. Boring wolves. Let's see if we can run away. These sorts of enemies, wolves, give you so little experience and gil, it's almost not worth your time. That's why I tend to run away from them. Oh, well, this looks like an ancient castle. The Western Keep also has amazing music. I like most of the tracks, but it's quite nice. Key, says the bat. Well, let's see. Well, this looks like a throne room. Who's this? The king? What? I was tricked by Astos, king of the Dark Elves, and now my castle has fallen into ruin? If only I could retrieve the crown from the Marsh cave, I would be able to restore my castle. Might you bring me the crown? Well, I suppose a good light warrior, that's what we would do. Huh, this is a bit strange. Didn't know that Astos ruined this castle, and I didn't know there was some king out here. What's going on, guys? But, we can trust him, right? What's this? Another door bound by the mystic key. Huh. Craziness. Well, let's trust the dude. We'll go to the Marsh cave. If you were wondering, the Marsh cave is just to the south. It's kind of like the southwestern corner of this little continent. Now these gas I didn't mention, but they can be a pain. That paralyze they got there is kind of troublesome. They do a bit of damage, and if they manage to paralyze enough of your characters, like if they paralyze everyone, you can be in for a long, painful fight. I mentioned in the intro video that I did a lot of solo plays in the NES version with all the different classes. Essentially the things you really have to watch out for that sort of game is the enemies that can paralyze you, because it's not very fair when you only have one guy and you're paralyzed. But that's part of the challenge of those sorts of things, so. Alright, so we're in a marsh. This must be close. It's looking swampy. Look at that swamp. And of course we get poisoned on the ambush. Can we defeat a werewolf? Oh. Yep. So as you can see, Sabin is already becoming quite powerful. Cecil's up to 3 hits, so that's good, but Sabin's already doing 4, and he's probably not too far off of 6, because his go up by 2s at once, or every, you know, like I mentioned way back. I think I mentioned that anyway. No, poisoned. Alright, see that little cave? That's the Marsh cave. A good time to use a tent. And in the old game, this is where you would have to have saved it with a tent like that. You would not be able to save it inside, although, you know, we have a slight advantage there. So, Marsh Cave. If you had the original game, you actually had a map for this dungeon still. The first few dungeons had some maps, so that was cool. I'm going to go up first. The shortest, if you want to clear the level as quickly as possible, this is the wrong way. But I'm going to go pick up some treasure. I'm not afraid. Shadows, new enemy, mostly harmless. You're not afraid of your shadow, are you? There are some enemies in this cave to beware of, but shadows, not so much. Okay, basement 2 from the north direction has some treasure. A dagger. Okay, we didn't need to buy the dagger we bought for the Black Mage. We could have just got that one, but it was pretty cheap. What is this here? Some money. We need money. Let's see how we're going to do this. Grey oozes, unlike a lot of the other oozes, are not too bad. A lot of the oozes you'll meet later on are like strong against physical hits and stuff like that. So, or poison you or whatever. These first oozes, nothing to worry about. Probably should have killed the tarantulas first, because they can poison you. Normal spiders, the Black Widows, surprisingly. In fact, it's kind of ironic almost. The game's got them completely backwards. Tarantulas, I'm pretty sure, are not poisonous at all in real life, whereas Black Widows are. So, the game got it backwards. But, oh well. We can forgive them, right? So this is why I brought lots of antidotes, if you were wondering. And one more treasure room with 2 chests. A broadsword. Excellent. We already got one. Shoot. Not so excellent. Oh well. I was hoping it was something that's slightly better, but... So, if you really wanted to be frugal and save your money for magic or something, the 2 weapons we bought in town, we didn't even need to buy. and they're pretty easy to get in this cave, so not too much to worry about, really. Let's see, how much else are we going to do today for this episode? I think what I'll do, I'm not sure how the time is going along. I really need to get a timer. Lots of other cool Let's Players that I watch seem to mention the timer they have all the time, so I got to figure something out for that. I like the length of the episodes to be like 15 to 20 minutes or something, so that the file size, you know, if you've ever recorded a video in Fraps or whatever, you'll know how big file sizes get. Okay, this fight's not going as good. I'm talking too much. So that blue, what is it? Gray ooze? Looks blue to me. Must be one of the ones with the defense I was talking about. If I was smart, or no, that thing's not supposed to have defense. The green one is supposed to. We'll see. I'm pretty sure the green ones, yeah, there we go. You're supposed to use magic on them. And that we can do. I probably should have just used Fira on the whole group or something, but oh well. I was too busy talking about recording software. Anyway, the point was, if the video lengths get too long, the file size gets pretty huge, so I have to cut it before it gets too long. So I'll go this way just to show you the exploration aspect, dead end. If you had that map, you wouldn't have to worry about that, because you would have already known. And we're just going to run. They're too much of a pain. They can poison you, and I don't feel like using all that much magic right now. I need to conserve. Okay, the other B2, basement 2. To the left, there's nothing. In fact, this floor is pretty much a waste of time, unfortunately. Gargoyles. These guys, yeah, they can do pretty good damage. That's what I've... Holy smokes. 67 damage, that's a lot. These are some of the guys that you should be a little bit careful with. Almost got Sab in there. Hopefully they can kill him. There we go, good. They don't have a lot of life, but they can dish out some damage. Also, for efficiency's sake, like most games, the cheapest spell is the best one. Cura heals a lot more, but costs more as well. And I think efficiency-wise, it's not even close, the level 1 spell set. Essentially, on this floor, you can go into all these rooms, but all the treasure's already empty, so you can't even get it. So that's kind of too bad. There's nothing good here. Zombies and ghouls, nothing to worry about. Zombies, these are the same guys we met at the Chaos Shrine back when we first started. You can already see we're massively more powerful than them. You do have to go down past that little pillars down this direction. This is the only way out of the room to advance. So if you explore around too much, you just sort of get lost. Well, let's try to finish this Marsh cave real quick. We're almost done. We got a phoenix down. If you don't know what they do, they resurrect one character. I don't know how you could not know that nowadays, though. That's another change to the advanced version of this game. In the original one, there wasn't not even half as many items as there are now, so there was no such thing as a phoenix down in Final Fantasy 1 NES. And levels up. Excellent. We'll need those coming up shortly. Those gargoyles, not very nice. If I'd been real smart, I probably should have saved up for those copper armlets back in town and given them to my mages. This room, if you're wondering, is basically just a grid. It's 4x4, all the same size rooms. And there's one room specifically that you're wanting to get to that has the special treasure in it. But I'll hit them all just so you can see. And some of them have some treasure in it that's good to pick up. Just, you know, like that phoenix down, they're worth a bit of money and stuff like that. Scorpions, these are pretty tough actually. They can poison you, which makes some sense. And they have pretty good attack power actually, probably about the same as those gargoyles, maybe even higher actually. We'll see. But, well, Cecil doesn't care. There we go. Right now, I need lots of money, so killing enemies is really good for the money, because I've got to be able to buy some of that level 4 magic before too long. Fight, fight, fight. Sometimes the encounter rate in this marsh cave is crazy. In the NES version, it was probably worse. It was just insane. Trying to escape from here, like, oh, there's one. Woohoo! So you can see what it does. Instead of clothes, you can wear an armlet. So, naked white mage. Oh, okay, well these guys are a bit serious. I'll use a spell on these guys. Yeah, they got that paralyzed, so they're not cool, those crawlers. But yeah, especially in the old version, trying to get out of here, you just get attacked constantly, and it was quite the challenge to get in and get out with the treasure. Luckily, this version quite a lot simpler. I mean, you can see even here, we're taking some damage, right? Like, it's not easy. We're having a good fight. You imagine what it was like in the first game. No, not being like right now. We could save after every fight if we really wanted to, but we've got way more magic we can cast. Like, I'd say in the first game, you could probably have only cast that spell, Fire 2, maybe 2 or 3 times at this point in the game, and that was it. For us, we can cast it 10 times already, you know. So it's quite a lot simpler in that, if you think about it. But we're almost done. We're on the 3rd row already. Whew. Encounter rate. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I'm almost done. I think I'm not going to risk it actually. The 4th row, if you go one more down from where we are, all the doors are locked by the Mystic Key. They're all bound, so I'm not going to take the time out to go down there because this video is going to take forever. So essentially anything further south, anything down, is locked, so you can't even get it. But this room, when you see this room, this is the big one, and you have a boss fight. Pisco Demons, they were called wizards in the first game. These guys, you don't mess with. They actually have no magic, even though they were called wizards originally. They just have a really high attack power. And brutal. Only like 80 hits or something, 80 hit points, but they're tough. They resist fire and ice, and they're just neutral to thunder. But in this game, Thunder 2 is enough to just wipe them out. So, not too hard, they still hit. You obtain the crown! You know. They hit really hard, but as long as you have a black mage, that's how hard they are. You just gotta finish them off. So just to finish this video, I'll finish this row off quick, but this is where I want to end it essentially. Okay, enough of this. Let's finish these battles up quick. Goodbye, gargoyles. It's been nice knowing you. Lucky one. Anything good? Some money. And the very last... Oh, there's one room left, viewers. Alright. The last treasure room... empty. Shucks. Well, that is all for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed. In the next episode, we'll escape from the Marsh Cave, or maybe I'll do that off camera. No, well, we'll see. I'll decide later. And we'll figure out what to do with that crown we found, essentially. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.